talking about this. Every other YouTuber that I talked to at this event felt the same way. I absolutely despise, I hate, and I don't like using that word, I hate.
I know you guys knew this video was coming. We weren't just gonna have a smooth reveal for Modern Warfare multiplayer, and from what I've been seeing, I've been all over Twitter, I've been looking at everyone's responses to the game, what people have been saying, whether or not they went to LA and played the game themselves, or they just saw the live stream. People have so many different drastic opinions on the same exact stuff, and it's just so confusing. Within this video, I want to go through why people hate Modern Warfare gameplay and or just the Modern Warfare gameplay reveal in general for the multiplayer game mode. There's a lot of different stuff people have been saying. Some of it just makes no sense. Some of the criticisms, it's the same thing they say every year, and usually if you're a Call of Duty hater, you're gonna say this stuff every year, but some of it actually maybe makes a bit of sense. So let's go through. First, I know this is probably not the best thing to look at here, but this is obviously, the #1 Call of Duty hater, and so many people listen to his stuff, so I have to talk about it. It's 8 Thoughts. So 8 Thoughts says, everyone has seen the game, and it's not that great, and the hype ain't that high in my opinion. Call of Duty just isn't that big of a deal when it's all said and done, I guess, and I really don't know where he's getting this from. Everyone has seen the game, and it's not that great, and the hype isn't that high. I mean, I just don't understand how you watch that reveal. You see all of these people getting hyped up to play the game, everyone on the stream getting hyped up, everyone in the actual stream comments, everyone that's on Twitter talking about the gameplay, all the different maps, the features. People are hyped. I mean, people are clearly hyped for this game. This is the most hyped multiplayer reveal, or reveal for any Call of Duty game we've seen in several years. Now, that doesn't mean people are still hating on the game, because that's what this video is about. People are hating on the game, obviously 8 Thoughts included, but there's other people hating on the game, and there's also some people giving the game fair criticisms, but that doesn't mean people aren't hyped. So arguments like these are just completely useless. Now he goes on to say a bunch of stuff about his stream, and he's saying here, but the game is not impressive at all, and I got bored. Just like I thought. It's played out. Going to make a video here with my impressions, but 6.5 out of 10. I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. I want to go through this quickly because obviously this doesn't mean much. Someone that is just bored of Call of Duty is used to hating on Call of Duty. You're always going to find something to hate on the game. There's always going to be something to say. And when you have criticisms just like, I'm bored and I'm not impressed, it's like, it's just useless. There's no point in even saying that, and it doesn't seem like a fair criticism at all, and it just seems like you're hating just to hate. I don't know. But there are other people here around Twitter. I'm not going to list every single person that has been hating on the game. I know a bunch of people, I saw in my stream comments as well, a bunch of people on Twitter. I'm not going to call them out because they're just, normal fans of Call of Duty or normal people watching and stuff. It's a Battlefield clone. We saw a bunch of those. I saw one, someone said that the gunfight graphics from the 2v2 gunfight reveal, those graphics were better than these graphics, which is, I mean, I don't know where you're getting that from. I mean, obviously, maybe the stream quality still is not as good as when you're playing on your console at home or at the event. It's going to be different. It's going to be slightly lower, but the gameplay I've been watching, I've been watching gameplay all morning. Noah J's gameplay, he was going off. T Martin's 75-minute gameplay of Modern Warfare multiplayer. I mean, that stuff is very solid. It looks really good. So I don't know where people are getting that stuff from. So I don't think that's a fair criticism. The graphics are clearly upgraded. Someone else, here's a tweet from Drifter, pretty much highlighting a bunch of people complaining about crossplay. So he says, the amount of people complaining about crossplay is too damn high. So many people seem to think that they will be forced to play with PC players all the time. Guys, it will probably work just like Fortnite with crossplay being for mixed lobbies or low population playlists only. So again, for the comments of people saying that, oh, crossplay, I don't want to play with PC players, I'm going to get destroyed, this game sucks. I mean, the fact that people jump to those conclusions, it's just so astonishing. Crossplay pretty much how it's gonna work. If you guys know Fortnite, if you party up with a PC player, you're gonna get a mixed lobby. So if you're a PS4 player and you party up with a PC player, you're gonna get a mixed lobby of PS4 players and PC players. But if you're just a normal PS4 player, just by yourself or playing with PS4 friends, you're only gonna get PS4 lobbies. You're not gonna get all those mixed in lobbies every single time, and they'll probably refine this and really make it so none of that stuff happens. Again, if you're all mixed together, some lobbies may be mixed, but that's how crossplay works. That's the whole point of crossplay, and that makes no sense to hate on the game because crossplay. You know, crossplay is this thing that Call of Duty is finally doing. We've been waiting for this forever, and the fact that people are hating on the game for it is just so weird. So let's go through, let's talk about, I want to show you guys a clip again from 8 Thoughts. I want to get all of the hating stuff out of the way because there are some actual criticisms for this game that you could give. But this is what 8 Thoughts gives. He pretty much says that it's the same game every year. And this is where I just get completely confused because you can see people on Twitter, people are hating on the game because it's too different. It's too, slow. It's too, much like Battlefield. The minimap's removed. It's not Call of Duty. It's way too different. The feel's way too different. But now you have 8 Thoughts and you have other people saying it's the same game every year. It's the same exact Call of Duty. It's just like, for a person like me, I like Call of Duty. I can give the game criticisms. I enjoy it. I'll play it. If it's good, if it's not good, I may not play it. You never know. But I'm just so confused. Like, well, what is it then? Do people think it's a new game? Do people think it's a game that we've seen before? Like, I have no clue. So here's the clip. This is what 8 Thoughts says.
Isn't a shock because they do that every year. And it's, it's pretty much the same. It's like, how they always say it's that meme, with John Franco. It's different, but the same. And that's just how it is, right? That's how Call of Duty is. It's the same every year, right? I mean, it's essentially a reskin. It really is. Like, I know people think it looks different as far as graphics go, but like that's pretty much it. Like the new engine, I didn't really notice any difference. All I noticed is there was a hell of a lot of this going on, a lot of shaking going on, a lot of freaking, lens flare from the firing of the weapon.
So again, that's what 8 Thoughts had to say about the game. Obviously, for me, the game is clearly different. I think it has a good medium, and I think people just need to stop going to these drastic ends where it's completely different or it's completely the same. Like, no, it's still Call of Duty. It's not Battlefield. It's not Rainbow Six. It's still Call of Duty. So obviously, it's going to be generally the same type of game every year. That's what people want. If they change it too much, then that's not Call of Duty. That's why people hated all of the exosuits, because it's too much of a change from what Call of Duty really was. So hating on the game for being Call of Duty doesn't make sense. You're playing Call of Duty. You can't hate on the game for being Call of Duty. That's what Call of Duty does every year. That's how it is. It's generally going to be the same. I think to say if the graphics are not upgraded, I mean, that doesn't really make sense. The graphics are clearly upgraded. It's not like the craziest thing ever. It's not like you're just watching a movie and you're playing a game and it's Call of Duty. It's not that insane, but the graphics are clearly better than what we've seen before compared to these past couple of games. It still looks like Call of Duty, but that's the point. It's supposed to look like Call of Duty. So I don't really understand those criticisms when people say that. Now let's go through some stuff which may actually make sense, where people actually have a point. I'll put 8 Thoughts back up on screen because, again, I don't want to completely hate on him. He does have some good criticisms sometimes of Call of Duty, and this is actually criticism that a lot of people hold. So 8 Thoughts is saying no minimap, no dead silence, kill streaks, people going to be sitting in corners with their Astros turned up to 1,000 trying to sound whore for a nuke. Can't wait. Why are game developers so stupid? And he goes on to say, almost everyone who's played the game has said that removing the minimap is a horrible idea and needs to be put back in the game, and most didn't enjoy the game because of this. Exclusive Ace had the best points about why this is a bad idea. Now, a lot of people have been saying this. Charlie Intel, Modern Warfare doesn't have a minimap enabled, and it only comes up when you select kill streaks are called in, and they're saying we overall think that Infinity Ward should add it back. And now here is the Team Martin clip that you saw at the beginning of the video where he talks about the minimap.
The removal of the minimap. I think that is a mistake. I do not like it. I usually try to be open-minded with stuff like this. I usually try to think, hey, they're trying something new. They're trying to mix things up. Maybe we're just being, hard-headed and we need to kind of try something new and see if we actually like it, like actually give it a good try. I gave it a good try for 2.5 hours playing this game, and I still hated it. It just slowed things down way too much. Like I said, the movement felt a little bit too slow and a little bit heavy, but this just like, it killed the flow of the game and flow of the maps. It was so, oh gosh. 2v2, it didn't really matter because those maps are so small. 6v6 wasn't awful, but you could definitely tell. But then when you got into like the 10v10 modes and 20v20 modes, it was bad. 20v20 was the worst time that I have ever had playing Call of Duty, mainly because of that mini-map. The problem is, and like, I kind of understand where they're going from a realism factor, and like they don't want you to rely on that mini-map to be able to see where people are.
So now this is the one thing, and I'm probably going to make a separate video on this because there are a bunch of little features that this game has that people are just saying that, you know what, there is no point in changing this. And this video was mostly about just the unfair criticisms of this game. And I'm going to throw the minimap issue into this video because I'm going to do a separate video talking about the actual criticisms of this game and what they could really change to make it a bit better and sort of a perfect Call of Duty. But the minimap is, it's a weird thing because obviously pretty much everyone that's played the game has been saying that the minimap is just such a weird thing not to have within the game. For one, people have just been so used to it that taking it away, you just don't know where to look anymore. You don't know, it's just so weird. Two, you lose your awareness. So even if you learn the map, you sort of lose the idea of where exactly you're going. And when enemies pop up on the minimap just from shooting, it gives you a good idea of where to flank, where to rush. And without that minimap even just showing anything, it's just, it seems like so confusing. I mean, I saw a bunch of different videos. I don't know if T-Mart said this here, where people were saying that they were being shot in the back all the time because they just didn't really know what was going on. And even if you learn the map, even if you become an experienced player, you're still going to be thrown off by different stuff. You don't know where everyone's spawning. It's just, some stuff is just a bit weird. And I don't know, I think for us, it's still going to be something that people have to really test for themselves. Because again, there's a fair amount of people that have been saying that you don't need the minimap. And maybe it's just hardcore players that are not, you know, they don't really use it anyway. So they like this idea. But people have been saying, you know what? It's a change for sure. It'll take a couple games to get used to. But after that, it's definitely something very cool and interesting for Call of Duty. There's a bunch of people that have played the game and like the fact that there's no minimap. So I think for the rest of us, it's definitely really difficult to tell if it's a good or bad thing for this game. And I think the beta would be a good indicator for us to really see, is this, you know, an unfair criticism of this game? Is the no minimap not that big of a deal? Or is the minimap something that people are actually right about and we actually really do need within the game? I think that's really only something that we could tell for ourselves. I mean, a lot of people have been saying we need the minimap. A lot of people have been saying we really don't. And I don't know, the beta is going to be the best indicator for that. So again, let me know what you guys think about Modern Warfare multiplayer. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.